Chris here from GamerFront, and I'm here with Claudio Sanchez, and he is known for his work with Coheed Cambria and also Amory Wars. So tell us a little bit how you got started, originally with a comic.
With a comic, actually in 2004, Blaze, my manager, and myself, we self-published under the guise Evil Inc. With a story called The Bag Online Adventures of Second Stage Turbine Blade, which is the counterpart to the band's first record, second part of the Amory Wars story, and we started there. Our scheduling was a little odd just because it was our first attempt at publishing comics, and that was pretty much it. I mean, after that we kind of decided to partner up with Image Comics and now Boom, and it's starting to work. It's really starting to work out. So.
All right, cool. And tell us a little about getting the band started and working in the story with the Amory Wars.
Oh, okay. Well, I created the overall idea in 1998. I took a trip to Paris and I was writing all these tunes, and when I was there I found that most of the tunes were embellished on. Though they were about myself, they were embellished on so much that they became almost fictitious. And so because I had this love for science fiction and fantasy, I thought, well, why not try to create a story that threads through all of the songs, and then maybe even, you know, stretch out of that and, you know, create records that are essentially parts of a big overall saga. And yeah, I mean, it's almost more of like a curtain, because most of these tunes are very much real and about things that I had kind of gone through, but because at the time I was so like timid and reclusive and shy, or whatever you want to call it, I just basically decided to hide in a piece of fantasy. So
cool. And we're huge fans of the game Rock Band, and you guys were featured in that. Coheed was, and you had your song Welcome Home in that. Tell us about getting into that game, and do you think it had any influence on your fan base, getting new fans, anything like that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was just something that was offered to us, and we thought it was a great idea, and you know, we just took advantage of it, and it certainly brought new people into the mix. I mean, you know, people that might not necessarily kind of go out and look for Coheed and Cambria. So it certainly helped for sure, and it gave longevity to the song. I mean, that was my, you know, favorite song on that album, and you know, it just allowed it to live much longer than say just a standard single on radio. You know?
And kind of following that same tangent, as a musician, seeing like the Guitar Hero games, Rock Band, and like how Rock Band has evolved to helping people play their own instruments, I mean, how do you see that helping the music industry and helping young aspiring musicians transfer from playing video games to actually creating their own music?
It's certainly a stepping stone. I mean, you know, if it excites you enough. Like I think the drum. You know, I'm not too familiar with the new version, but like the drums certainly help. You know, with rhythm, and so I think they're great tools. I'm not, like I said, I'm not so sure about the new ones, and I don't really know how they've upgraded the guitars or any of that. So maybe there's keyboards now.
Yeah, there's keyboards, and you can even play. There's actually a real guitar. You can get a Fender and plug it in and play like a real 6-string. Yeah,
wow, that's amazing. Well, that's cool. I mean, I think that, you know, yeah, it sounds like, to me, like you're just playing a real instrument. So,
all right, and what can we expect in the future from Coheed and also from the comic?
Well, right now, Coheed is going out. It's 10-year anniversary of the band, so we're going out and we're doing another Never Ender concert series. Basically, going out and playing the first album, Second Stage Turbine Blade, in its entirety. Right now we're up to issue 9 of Amory Wars, and it's a 12-issue maxi series for the In Keeping Secrets storyline, so we're finishing that up. My wife and I just finished outlining and scripting the first issue to a new series we're working on, basically a zombie apocalypse story that takes place in Manhattan. And yeah, that's about it. Outlining Claudio 2, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you got it, brother.